Hi friends, today we're going to do my less than 10-minute writing exercise that will improve your writing by expanding your vocabulary. I've selected 3 words for us to play around with today. We're going to use each one of these words in a sentence so we can better understand them by putting them into context. I will give you general definitions, but I'll also included links to Merriam-Webster's website below so you can find the formal definitions and pronunciations. Today's 3 words I've selected are lure, lore, and lexicon. Lure, lore, and lexicon. We're going to have a little fun with our writing. This is a very quick exercise where we can kind of add some new words to our vocabulary. If you're familiar with these words, just have a little fun with creating some sentences using these words in them. Anyway, let's get started with lure. And lure can either be a noun, a word that represents a person, place, or a thing, or it can be a verb, an action word. And it means something to entice or to attract. All right. Let's first use it as a noun. They endured a boat ride over rough waters to an island under the lure of a vacation in paradise. So you can imagine these people going on vacation and they're riding some rough waters. Maybe there's a storm or something, but under the lure that they're going to have a wonderful vacation on some island. Let's use lure as a verb. The 2 teenage girls lured their grandmother's shy cat out from under the couch with a plate of milk. So you can imagine these 2 girls are trying to get the shy cat out from under the couch, their grandmother's cat. So they're using milk to kind of lure or entice it. That's lure. Let's move on to lore. And lore is just a noun, a word that represents a person, place, or a thing. And it means knowledge or belief. All right. It was the lore of the people in the remote village to continue human sacrifices as their ancestors did. So you can imagine this is a knowledge or belief, a lore, a thing that these people are continuing to do. Unfortunately, it's human sacrifices, but that's their lore. Let's move on to lexicon. And lexicon is also just a noun, a word that represents a person, place, or a thing, and it means vocabulary of a language. All right. And we're learning vocabulary of the English language, so that's something to think about as you're creating your sentence. Anyway, let's see. To some people's dismay, the word bussin has recently grown in popularity in the English lexicon. So there are these words that kind of come and go depending on certain generations. They get popular and then they fade out and then somehow they pop up again. And I looked this up because my young stepson uses bussin. And I wonder, where did that word come from? Anyway, I think I traced it back to 2006 as the earliest point. Anyway, interesting, that word. But 3 wonderful, interesting words to play around with: lure, lore, and lexicon. If you're unfamiliar with these words, play around with them. Make them part of you so they're accessible to you when you write. If you enjoyed this writing exercise, please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.